Hey friends, it's Elise and I'm back again with another video, and today I think I found my niche as to what I want to talk about on this channel, and that is books. So BookTok has been a big thing right now, and everybody is just talking about all the major things that have been trending just on the For You page about what's the book to read next. So with me being the person that I just love reading, and I am definitely a bookworm, I just want to show you the many things that I have been reading over this year and half of last year, just by, you know, passing the time and also just getting through this pandemic. But let me just show you all the things that I've been reading and what I like and what I dislike, and just a little synopsis about what I've been reading. So let's get started with that video. Alright, so the first book or books that I'm going to talk about is the Harry Potter series. I am currently on the 4th book, and I would like to say that I have beef. You want to know why I have beef? It's because there's certain parts and there's certain characters that are not added to the story as a whole that would kind of make it more well-rounded. I mean, it's already a pretty well-rounded story, but it's just a simple fact that let's say if we were introduced to the character named Peeves in the first book, that probably will be continuing all the way up to the last book. Or characters like Winky, those characters kind of would add a little bit more substance, because me now reading the 4th one, which is the Goblet of Fire, certain things like that would have kind of made sense, because when you watch the movies versus when you're reading the books, it gives a little bit more meat to the story. So I do enjoy the franchise and I do enjoy the books itself, but I just wish that there was more, and there was more just more storytelling when it came towards the movies. I do enjoy the books, like I said, but just give me a little bit more, just a little bit more. But it's fine. I'm almost done with the 4th book. I actually have 85 pages left, and I can't wait to see how it kind of plays out, because obviously I've seen the series, but you know, how will they spin it and how will they end the book? But yeah, can't wait. Okay, the second book that I want to talk about is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. Now, I don't really actually read thrillers that are in young adult fiction or just YA in general. So that was pretty interesting. I kind of grabbed it just because, I was judging the book, by the cover, but I actually thought it was pretty good. It captured me by the first chapter. The story takes place in Nebraska, where this character named Makani Young basically moves in with her grandmother, only to find out that there is some crazy student killer person wandering around in the town. And so obviously, since she's in that town, she is also having to be in close contact with the killer, and it just kind of goes off in a different way. But I do want to say that today is the 31st, so she came out with another, and I'm talking about Stephanie Perkins obviously. She did come out with another book that I can't wait to read, and I can't wait to get my hands on. So I just felt like, okay, if that book was great, then I know this book is going to be great. But I do enjoy that story. It was fast-paced, but it was something that I was able to keep up with, because if I'm the kind of person where if it doesn't grab me in the beginning, it would just fall flat. So it wasn't tough to read as far as to stay engaged, but it was definitely something that was new and it was different, and I actually like thrillers. So okay, the 3rd book is They Both Die at the End. And now when I tell you this is my favorite, it was really my favorite. Let me just start off by talking about the characters. Mateo and Rufus, they are the most adorable people that I have ever come in contact with. Basically, the story is told in the perspective of both of them. So they flip both points of view, but it just basically tells a story about how if you get a call from the death cast company, you're going to die in 24 hours. So they basically meet each other on this website and just spend their last day together, just meeting up with people, telling their friends and family their last goodbyes, and just spending a wonderful time together. And it's just so close to my heart, because I also read the audiobook while reading it, while like listening to the audiobook while also following along with it. It holds a place in my heart. It was one of those great ones. So like that would always stay on my favorites list, but definitely I would definitely recommend reading that book. Okay, so the third and final book is Calling Hoovers, It Ends With Us. Now, Miss Hoover, I literally was engaged by the first chapter. When I say that like this book actually was like one of those book talk books that like I was like, yeah, I see the hype, I see why this is like a really good book and why everybody should read it. It was just one of those that just grabs you immediately. Now I'm not gonna get into like the explaining, just because if I do explain it'll kind of give away the story, so I'm just gonna let y'all do it if you decide to pick it up. But I would recommend looking up the trigger warnings, because it does get a little dark and it does get a little deep, and if you read it you'll understand. But I definitely will say that the very end was enough for me. It was one of those moments where you like receive closure, and it's kind of like a great ending. Well, to me at least, it was something that like, especially with what happened to the character, they just received peace in a sense. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to get into it, but I would definitely read that book, and that's definitely one of those ones that I would definitely recommend. I do also want to showcase the books that I am currently reading. It is called I Give You the Sun, and it's by Jandy Nelson. I haven't been reading it the past couple of days because it is kind of like an interesting start. Like it does do that two point of view perception thing. Basically, these two characters are siblings, and they are telling the story from a different time period. So the brother is telling it 3 years before, the sister is telling it 3 years after. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. It's just, I'm trying to like get into it, but it's just like life happens, you know, those kinds of things, and I just want to sit down and read a book, and you know you can't, so it's like whatever. But I do like it so far. It's just different, like I said, it's just different. And I also wanted to say that I did get some of those other book talk books. I do have A Song of Achilles in my possession, and I also have The People We Meet on Vacation, and another one that I do have is called The Night Circus from Book Talk as well. So I've heard like many great things about those books, and I can't wait to get those read when I read this one. But I guess that this is all that I wanted to say. I do apologize that it wasn't a long lengthy video about the many 10 books that I did read, but well, as I get better, of course I will make more thorough, you know, book explaining, or you know, book synopsis explaining books, well, videos. I do appreciate you guys for watching, and I'm also like really happy to see that I have 68 subscribers. For me being inconsistent for almost 6 years, that's pretty great, and I do love and enjoy every single one of you. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye y'all.